Today, I want to talk to you about why you can't stick to healthy habits and how you can change that for good. Honestly, this is why I started my podcast over 8 years ago because I could see how some people could actually stick to good habits suddenly for the long term. And I was like, what is going on here? So let's talk about what the science says and how you can utilize that in your own life. And by the way, my name is Dr. Lori Marvis. I am a board certified family and lifestyle medicine physician and who's licensed in all 50 states. If you'd like to learn more about myself or my practice, you can go to drmarvis.com. And by the way, please sign up for the newsletter, which is the link is below. And we'd be happy to have you part of our weekly newsletter where I send out articles all about this kind of stuff on a regular basis. So let's dive right in to what does the science say about why we can't stick to these habits and, well, how can we change it? All right. So first of all, it's really important. We understand that most of us know the importance of maintaining healthy habits, right? Whether it's eating nutritious food, exercising regularly, or getting enough sleep. Yet, despite our best intentions, many of us struggle to stick to these habits. So, have you ever wondered why it's so darn hard to make lasting changes, right? Why did that January, resolution just go out the window 2 weeks later? Well, the truth is, several psychological, environmental, and social factors conspire against us. Yes, it's a conspiracy. In this, we will discover and further explain why you have found it so difficult to maintain healthy habits, and more importantly, what you can do to overcome the challenges. So, why is it so hard to stick to those healthy habits? Number one, cognitive conflicts and psychological barriers, right? Your brain doesn't always make sticking to healthy habits easy. Cognitive conflicts often arise when there's a disconnect between your goals and your actions. For example, you may want to lose weight but associate food with emotional comfort, making it hard to stick to a healthy diet. So these mental contradictions often create psychological barriers that will make long-term habit formation challenging. There was a study found that understanding the network of meanings an individual attaches to certain habits, such as eating or exercises, can reveal the psychological conflicts that need to be addressed. So, by recognizing and resolving these internal struggles, individuals are more likely to succeed in sticking to their healthier habits. All right. Number two, why you would think this is kind of interesting is personality traits, right? So your personality can significantly influence your ability to maintain healthy habits. So traits like neuroticism and hostility, anger have been linked to poor health behaviors, including lower levels of physical activity and unhealthy eating behaviors or habits. On the flip side, individuals who score higher on measures of optimism and self-esteem tend to be more successful at maintaining healthy routines. Personality traits can either act as facilitators or barriers to your long-term habit formation. So research has shown, really interesting, that with pessimistic individuals, you are more likely to fail in maintaining healthy behaviors such as improving your diet, versus those with optimistic outlook are better equipped to follow through with those positive lifestyle changes. Number three, habit formation takes time and consistency. Okay, so one of the most misunderstood aspects of habit formation is how long it actually takes to make something what we call automatic, right? So contrary to popular belief, it does not happen overnight or even in 21 days. Research says that on average, meaning sometimes it can take less, sometimes it can take more, it'll take upwards of 66 days to form a new habit. So habits develop through repeated behaviors in a consistent context. So if you're inconsistent, the habit simply won't stick. However, building habits in humans can be even more complex than in animals due to our intricate cognitive processes, right? So studies attempting to induce habitual behaviors in humans have often failed, emphasizing how difficult it is to make a behavior automatic without deliberate practice. Number four, your outlook and your beliefs matter. Oh my goodness. Pessimistic people tend to find it harder to stick to healthy habit. Optimism, on the other hand, like we said below, like we described it earlier, plays a role in successfully maintaining these routines. So optimists tend to focus on solutions, celebrate small wins, and bounce back from failures, right, more easily than pessimists. Pessimism can prevent people from even trying to improve their behaviors, leading to a cycle of inaction and frustration. Number 5 is social and environmental influences. Oh, this is a big one. Your social environment plays a critical role in whether or not you stick to your healthy habits. If your friends and family do not value health, it becomes harder for you to maintain your goals. So, cultural norms, peer pressure, and even your socioeconomic background can influence your choices. Studies show that people in lower socioeconomic positions often struggle more to adopt and maintain healthy behaviors due to limited resources, right? Social norms and other pressures. So how do we overcome these challenges? All right. So now that we've explored, why sticking to healthy habits is so hard, let's dive a little bit deeper into what you can do to address the challenges and finally build the habits that last. Okay. Number 1, we have to resolve cognitive conflicts, right? To resolve cognitive conflicts that may be holding you back, it's essential to reframe your thoughts, right? Your thoughts lead to emotions that lead to actions, and really understand the underlying psychological drivers behind your habits. For example, if you associate unhealthy food with emotional comfort, try replacing the habit with a healthier form of self-care, such as reading or taking a walk when stressed. But I figure, honestly, I think mindfulness is a huge player here as well. I could do an entire talk just on the habit loop, and how to take the reward factor in the habit loop. And the more you kind of chip away at the reward, how the habit will start to dissolve. The foundation of a habit is the reward. So you remove the reward, and honestly, that will dismantle the unhealthy habit. But we're talking about, again, healthy habits too. But again, when it comes to resolving the cognitive conflicts, we need to help reframe our thoughts around everything. So, what can you actually do? What's an action tip? So, keep a journal to track emotional triggers for unhealthy habits, right? So, once you identify the patterns, you can work on dealing with those habits and healthier alternatives, but also looking at what is the reward you're getting from that habit. And then just question yourself gently, right? So, let's say that you find yourself at the refrigerator and you open the door and you're grabbing for the ice cream. You know, I don't know if you need to put a stop sign on the refrigerator door or a blue dot or something that gets your attention when you pulls you out of this automatic habit. And just stop and take 30 seconds or so to gently question yourself. Am I hungry? Well, how would I feel after this? Do I really want this? And then at the end of it, you make a mindful choice. You can decide whether you want to go ahead and eat the ice cream or not. And do not feel guilty if you choose to go ahead and embrace the ice cream, because you've made a mindful choice. Over the course of time, however, give yourself 2, 3, 4 weeks, maybe a month or so, you may find that you're less and less likely to engage in that behavior. So again, because you're decreasing the reward value by bringing mindfulness into it, you're bringing the cognitive thinking mind online. Number 2, leverage your personality, right? So rather than trying to fight your personality traits, try to work with them. So if you tend to be pessimistic, start by focusing on small, achievable goals that can build your confidence. Celebrate each win. That is absolutely crucial. No matter how small, this will help foster a more optimistic mindset. So you can use daily affirmations or a gratitude journal to shift your focus towards positive progress. Number 3, be consistent and patient, right? So consistency is key to habit formation. To make healthy behaviors a lasting part of your life, you must practice them regularly and be patient. So start with small, manageable changes and gradually build up over time. Remember, it takes on average of 2 months for a new habit to stick. So be kind to yourself if progress feels slow. And, Rome wasn't built in a day, I think is what it said, right? Action tip, right? So focus on one habit at a time, right? For example, if you're trying to exercise more, commit to working out the same time each day to build consistency. Number 4 is foster an optimistic mindset, right? So optimism can be learned. Yes, it can. So instead of focusing on what's not working, make a conscious effort to highlight your successes, no matter how minor they may seem. All right, so use setbacks as learning opportunities rather than failures. Failures are not failures. All they are is data. It's data to tell you what wasn't working. So if you were at work and you were trying to come up with a solution to a problem, and you tried one solution and it didn't work, it's not necessarily a failure in the sense of, oh, I will never be able to do this again. I'm such a failure. No, this is just data of what didn't work. So then you take that data and you readjust and you just try again, right? So here's our action tip: practicing gratitude by listing 3 things that went well each day. This will help rewire your brain to focus on the positive aspects of your journey. And honestly, if you will do this first thing in the morning, it will radically change the trajectory of your day. I cannot tell you how being focused on gratitude and thankfulness in the morning has radically changed my life for the good in so many ways. So if anything, take that away. Number 5 is create a supportive social environment, right? So surround yourself with people who support your goals, right? Whether it's joining a fitness class, finding an accountability partner, or becoming joining a part of an online health community, right? Your social environment can make or break your ability to stick to healthy habits. Excuse me. If your family or friends aren't on board with your changes, communicate your goals and ask for their support. So again, here's your action tip: join a group, a community, or a class focused on healthy habits you want to build. Having like-minded people around you can obviously increase your motivation and accountability. All right, so there you have it. Sticking to healthy habits, yes, can be challenging, but by understanding the psychological and social barriers in your way, you can absolutely take actionable steps to overcome them, whether it's addressing cognitive conflicts, working with your personality, fostering a supportive environment, trying to work on your optimism. There are many practical ways to make lasting change. So focus on consistency, celebrate small victories, and surround yourself with people who are there for you and really are supportive in creating those habits. And I promise they'll stick for good. So hope you found that helpful. And again, that was really fun. Again, I'll be back tomorrow, and don't forget to click on the link below and join our newsletter. It is free and sent out weekly. Promise I don't spam your mailbox, and we'll see you tomorrow.